Don't.
Runaway train.
Didn't you win some huge pot last year, too?
150,000. He was like the only winner. Him and Massa, the only winners last year.
Well, there's a lot for Patrick to smile about. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the FullTiltPoker.net Aussie Millions Cash Game Invitational. Well, the numbers speak for themselves. Patrick Antonius absolutely dominating the table. Masa Kagawa, Eliel Ezra continuing to hemorrhage.
Patrick Antonius up about 310,000 US, dominating this year's cash game table, much like last year.
First to act on this hand, and an ace-8, and he'll throw it away. Dwan likewise will fold, and so will Kagawa.
Well, Tony G picks up a pair of sevens. Certainly going to play, and he does raise to 3,800.
And now the crock. Jack 10.
Well, not a very strong hand. And there's his little crock.
12 straight.
Raises to 12,000.
Well, that's a very aggressive play. He's in position, though.
Got Hansen out of the way, and Adams, and Alezra as well. Quick call from Tony G.
Well, the crock actually in pretty good position here. He's going to be able to act last every street. He's represented a big hand.
Ace-9 deuce on the flop, a rainbow.
That's going to be a tough spot for Tony G to call. I'd expect the crock to continue betting here and pick it up.
And he does, 17,000.
That's all right. I got the same hand back to back.
And that will be enough to get Tony G out of it, and the crock will pick up 27,400 in that pot.
Nice professional play by the crock.
And a nice pot for Billy Agaros, who's been pretty reserved today, unlike last year when the now infamous crock was a bit more talkative than many thought he should have been.
Basically, what happened was Phil Ivey and Antonius got in this huge pot.
Ivy's going to continue to press, it looks.
All in.
And there was about $215,000 in the middle of the pot. I'd got up, walked around behind Patrick Antonius, got myself a bottle of water, had a sip, came back down, and Phil Ivey was still thinking. And for a joke, I quietly said in the middle of the hand,
"Would you like to ask the audience? I'll find a friend." Ah, you're winning on the golf course, don't worry about it.
And that's completely inappropriate.
at that stage, I'm not even too sure if Phil heard me. But he did, you know, it didn't look good.
And he folds it. Wow.
Nice hand, Mr. Antonius.
I remember him saying something, and he irritated me at the time.
As they say here in Australia, he's going walkabout.
When Phil Ivey got up, I thought, oh, is he coming back? Is he not coming back? Have I really, you know, overstepped the mark, shot my mouth off too much? About 4 people came up to me and said, man, Phil Ivey, he's gonna kill you, boy. My wife even said, what are you doing? Next time, keep your mouth shut. So I said, I better nip this in the bud. I walked straight up to Phil. Phil, got a couple of minutes, talked with him.
When I see him, we still talk to each other. Everything's cool.
Here we are today, and hopefully I'll behave myself a little bit better today, Phil.
So was he out of line, Howard, or is that just part of the game?
Oh, yeah, he was very out of line. You just stay out of the way when 2 players are playing a big pot. We're all having fun at the table, but when the pot gets big, you be quiet, let them play their hand.
Well, Brandon Adams is going to play his pocket sevens. He raises to 5,000. That gets Alezra out of it, and Antonius.
Did you make it 5,000 again?
Yeah.
Guess I got a call.
And he does. And Kagawa looking at a king-jack.
Well, this is a much worse spot for Dwan. Now, if he makes his 3 6s, Adams doesn't have the big overpair, so it's not in as good a position. Kagawa raises, makes a 25,000 with king-jack offsuit.
Enough to get Tony G out.
Maybe losing a little patience here. Uh-oh. Well, Billy Croc's certainly going to move all in here with ace-king. Great spot. And he has Masa dominated.
He's going to raise it to 50,000.
Well, these small pairs are just going to have to fold, even though they happen to be best.
Well, at least I can't make a mistake now.
And he folds.
Oh, it's gamble.
Gamble.
Okay.
I was going to get it. Let's open up, open up.
It's king.
Kagawa called all in for his remaining 23-8.
Count jacks.
Masa Kagawa gets nearly 50,000 in before the flop. King Jack offsuit. Not the best play, and this is not a good flop. He's in big trouble. He's going to need a jack.
Here's the turn, a king of clubs. So both pair their king.
Oh,
That's good.
good.
Good for me, isn't it?
No, nothing.
Croc has the ace kicker.
Kagawa needing a jack, or he's going to lose his second buy-in of the day.
It's a 2 of clubs, and the Croc will win 111,000. So that'll be all for Masa Kagawa. The Japanese amateur's busted out. Billy the Croc lets his cards do the talking this year. Welcome back to the Crown Melbourne here in beautiful Australia and the FullTiltPoker.net Aussie Millions Cash Game Invitational. Barry Tompkins alongside my partner Howard Lederer. We take a look at the standings. Patrick Antonius still with an imposing stack, but Masa Kagawa, the amateur, is gone, down $200,000. We have a new player at the table.
There's Kenny Tran. Had a great World Series of Poker, kind of a breakout series for him. Cashed over 800,000.
Kenny's in.
He'll sit this first hand out. Action will begin with Alezra.
Blind 6 and 1200. Lesnar limps in with Queen Jack offsuit.
Antonius folds in the action now over to 21-year-old Tom Dwan. Nickname Durr. Got a Queen 5 and he unhesitatingly calls.
Well, maybe not so unhesitating. He does put it in. If you're going to play a hand like Queen 5, you might as well get it in there like you got something.
Fooled me with a head fake.
If you knew what I had, you'd be sick. I had aces.
Gus also will call.
I did. I had aces.
And Brandon Adams will check his option. So 4 players to the flop. And here is the flop. Ace 7-5, a rainbow. Adams will pair his ace.
And Hansen has a gut shot wheel draw.
Checks around to Dwan.
Dwan flop bottom pair, and he's... Yeah, he's going to bet.
2,900. That gets Hansen out.
Adams probably not going to throw away this top pair, even though he doesn't have much of a kicker. He calls.
And Alezra folds. So to the turn. And a jack of spades, no help to either player.
Brandon reaching.
6,000.
6,000 to bet from Brandon Adams.
Well, that's a little feeler bet. That's about half the pot. Well, Durr probably knows he doesn't have the best hand here, unless Adams has something like an 8-6. Well, he just calls. This might have been a spot to kind of test him. A raise might have won the spot. Brandon would have liked to pick up that pot with that bet.
And a king of spades on the river.
Well, no help to Dwan. Brandon's going to check. This is a nice solid check. He's probably planning on calling, letting